Welcome to Seneca Indians Baseball, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. Now, let's go to Ben Walcott, live on location.
And a pleasant good afternoon, and we welcome you here to Seneca as we get set for Big 8 baseball here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. Is the 3-10 Mount Vernon Mountaineers. They come in 1-2 in Big 8 play versus the 10-2 Seneca Indians, 2-0 in a Big 8 play. I'm Ben Walcott, joined by Coach Daryl Harbaugh. Our studio producer back in the KNEO studios is Roberta Foster. And Daryl, it is a very windy day out here at the Seneca Athletic Complex. You and I were talking before the broadcast. You and I have done many a game in the wind. You know, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago we went to Carthage in the wind and the rain a little bit. Or no, it was a
Carthage game. At the Joplin Field. It was a Carthage game at the Joplin Field out there by Schiffendecker Park. Man, was it windy that day.
And it was a little bit rainy as well that day, too. And then you think about the Diamond Softball State Championship game last year. You and I were talking about it was just as windy, if not windier last year. But, A, we were on top of the press box, and, B, the wind was right coming at us. So it may have felt a little bit more. But it's a spring day in southwest Missouri, I guess, is the best way of putting it, and that's what you expect.
Most of the time when it warms up in the springtime, that brings the south wind and the wind blows. In the summertime, it gets hot and the wind lays down. Springtime, when it warms up, the wind blows. Just that way it is.
Your countdown to first pitch sponsor, People's Bank of Seneca. And one schedule change to let people be aware of, and we will try and say this a couple different times during the broadcast. Tomorrow afternoon's game versus Webb City, originally scheduled for 4:30, now moved to 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. No radio broadcast, but we will still have an internet-only broadcast of the ball game on the Seneca page of our website at kneo.org. So we'll be on the air about 12:40 for the start of that one. So if you're a Webb City or a Seneca fan that wants to watch that game tomorrow afternoon, we'll have it covered for you just about 3 hours early because we're anticipating some weather tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's supposed to get nasty. A chance to get nasty this weekend, and starting off Friday night doesn't really look good.
We'll go ahead, take a 3-minute timeout, come back with more of the preview after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Hi, I'm Pastor Rod Van Gorkum of First Baptist Church Center, and I would like to take a minute and share about grace. What is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something you don't deserve. See, I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God gives away to me and to others by His grace. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 11, "For the grace of God hath appeared, bringing salvation to all men." Have you accepted God's gift of grace, His salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ? If not, please do. For the Bible says today is the day of salvation. For KNEO Radio, I'm Rod Van Gorkum.
Cassville tournament on, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Seneca came away with a 2-0 win.
It was a tough game, too. I mean, it was good pitching from both ends, and both teams made good plays. Seneca barely eked out a win, got a couple runs across. Is basically about all it was. I mean, Mount Vernon had their opportunities, but they just couldn't get the timely hit. We got a couple timely hits on that game and got a couple runs in.
Should be interesting. This Mount Vernon team ended Seneca's season last year, and they also beat them in Big 8 play last year as well. So Seneca looking for a little bit of redemption here this afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even know what their record is, and you can throw that stuff away. When these two teams meet, trust me, it doesn't matter what sport it is, basketball, football, baseball. It doesn't matter. That they're rivalries, and it's a good rivalry too.
Seneca trying to distance themselves a little bit here in the district. It's a 5-team district. They haven't played any of their district opponents, but you look at the district, everybody else is kind of scoring right around the same. The difference for Seneca, they're pitching compared to everybody else. They're averaging, giving up about 2.5, 3 runs a game, whereas everybody else is 5 or 6. And when it comes to postseason play, whether it be district play or if you're lucky enough to get to sectionals and or quarters on, pitching and defense is what's going to carry you, not your offense.
Yeah, we've been playing some good defense and getting some really good pitching. I mean, just like at Hollister Monday when I was up there watching him, Drew Sherwood pitched very well. Threw strikes, made the other team have to hit the ball, and our guys made plays behind them. Very good. It was a very good outing, and you're going to have to score runs on them on this Seneca team because I don't think the pitchers are going to give them up too much.
You look at, you really have 4 really good pitchers, and then even your 5 and 6 aren't half bad. We joke 1A, 1B, 1C, and Sherwood, Houchin, and Wilson, and then Heffron's not that far behind.
No.
And you even get Hagen, Ginger, and Caden Klaus, which they have not been needed a lot. Next week, they're going to be needed. Next week could be I don't want to say a make-or-break week for the Seneca team, but it's going to tell a lot about the Seneca team next week because they go to Galena Monday non-conference game, Tuesday at Lamar undefeated. Monette comes here Thursday, and then they have a doubleheader on Saturday against Purdy and Diamond, and both Purdy and Diamond have winning records. So next week is going to tell a lot about the Seneca team.
Oh, about every pitcher will get a chance to throw next week. I mean, it's one of those weeks where everybody's going to have to contribute.
Your starting lineups here this afternoon brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Prater's Pharmacy. First for the visiting Mount Vernon Mountaineers, they come in at 3-10 overall, 1-2 in conference play. Leading off is the Catcher number 33, Braden Dotson. Batting second is the shortstop, number 24, Hudson Gaddy. Batting third and playing center field, number 10, Gavin Johnston. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, number 25, Aiden Jennison. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 2, Jax Evans. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 34, Zarek Pham. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 4, Braden Jameson. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 3, Peyton Jones. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for Mount Vernon is number 27, Jackson Hood. The head coach of the Mountaineers is Kyler Schaff. He's assisted by Brad Longley, Zane Smith, and Ethan Johnston, as he has been an assistant here for this Mount Vernon team, but this is his first year as the head coach, as their longtime head coach, Nick Swillem, retired after last year.
Yeah, well, it comes that time you can find a new coach, and if he's been in the program, he knows what to expect, and he knows what the boys know what to expect. So I would say it was probably a good turnover and just an easy transition.
For Seneca, they come in 10-2 overall, 2-0 in Big 8 play. Leading off is the shortstop, number 13, Jagger Wilson. Batting second and doing the pitching, number 8, Grant Houchin. Batting third and playing center field, number 18, Drew Sherwood. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, number 21, Hagen Ginger. Batting fifth and doing the catching, number 2, Silas Ball. Batting sixth is your designated hitter, number 19, Asher Prater. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 33, Caden Klaus. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 5, Braden Roark. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 17, Ian Heffron. The extra player is Ryder Owens at second base. Forgot to say the extra player for Mount Vernon. That is Luke Robbins. He will be out in the left field for them. We will go ahead, take another timeout, and come back with more of the pregame show. After this, your starting lineup sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Prater's Pharmacy here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is Your Touchstone Energy Partner.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank. We can do that.
Finding answers to questions is easier than ever. It doesn't matter how complex or simple your question is, the answer is just a few taps away. Except maybe these kinds of questions.
Who am I? Where did man come from? What is the purpose of man on this earth? Does life have any meaning?
Billy Graham knew the answer to that last question is yes.
There is more to life than death. Jesus taught us the dignity and the importance of being a person. God put us on this earth for a purpose, and our purpose is to fellowship with God and glorify God. And the great need of the human race at this hour is reconciliation to God.
Would you like to know how you can have a relationship with God? We'd love to help. Just call us at 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
I mean, like I said, you can you can just get rid of the records and throw them away because it's all going to be it's a rivalry, and we're good.
Should be a good one here, as these two teams always match up well against each other, and the wind will be interesting to see what happens here. We'll take a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. Come back, start the game after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
We're on.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here between Seneca and Mount Vernon. Like we said, 1 and 2 in district play, as neither of these two teams, ironically enough, are not in the same district. But 1 and 2 Big 8 play is Mount Vernon. Seneca comes in 2-0. Seneca has a couple of good wins in Big 8 play, probably one of the better wins, as they beat Nevada to open up Big 8 play, and that win at Nevada is always a tough place to play. Lamar playing at Nevada today, so that'll be interesting to see if Nevada can hand Lamar their first loss of the season. We'll get you starting lineups again here, as Braden Dotson, Hudson Gaddy, and Gavin Johnston are the first three, and then it's Aiden Jennison, Jax Evans, and Zarek Pham are the next three, and the final three for Mount Vernon are Braden Jamison, Peyton Jones, and Jackson Hood. Will be working against Grant Houchin here for the Indians. Seneca looks like this in the field. Heffern in right, Sherwood in center, and Klaus in left. Ginger at first, Ryder Owens at second, Wilson at shortstop, Roark at third. Ball catching Houchin here this afternoon, as we are getting an early start time here. First pitch, 4:24, as Dotson connects on the first pitch, and it is over the head of Klaus, and it is a ground rule double to start the game as Dotson just ambushed that pitch, Daryl.
Well, just hit it on a frozen rope right over Klaus's head. One bouncing over the fence. Outfielder's going to have a hard time with the wind today. We played in some wind, but most of the time it's been a north wind, Ben. Today is a strong south wind. It's a little bit different.
79 degrees here at first pitch in Seneca, but winds are 22 miles an hour and gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. As Hudson Gaddy will take a ball, and a wild pitch allows Dotson to get to third.
Yeah, I know there's a wild pitch or not, but yeah, Silas just didn't get his glove over there in time. He thought he had it. He thought he had it, and just missed it.
A wild pitch, pass ball, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
As that fastball hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-1. Wind will be an interesting factor here this afternoon. Like we said, for those outfielders, I'm sure they're used to playing in the wind as the 1-1 is swung on and missed, and the count now 1-2.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot of practice in this wind. But like I said, that frozen shot, that line shot just kind of froze Klaus. Then he realized it was going carry over his head.
As the 1-2 fastball is foul tipped, and the count remains 1-2 strikes. Seneca, the all whites, white pants, white tops, blue trim and numbers. Mount Vernon, the gray pants, blue and gray tops with white numbers. So here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball. That ball lofted in the air. It's short for Klaus. He's going to throw home, and a good job by Klaus to keep Dotson at third. That may be a courtesy runner out there, Daryl, because I don't think that's Dotson out there.
Good. I didn't remember some coming in. It looked like number 14.
Yeah, which that is Cash Garner would be a courtesy runner for the catcher Dotson. Gavin Johnston now at the plate here for Mount Vernon. So Houchin would love to somehow wiggle out of it as a sharp single up the middle for Johnston, and Mount Vernon gets the first run of the game at 1-0. Not much Ryder Owens can do there to try and stop it.
Just a good sharp hit ball. C&I got through.
And Mount Vernon is hitting Houchin early. Really, in this season, Daryl, Seneca has really only had 2 bad innings. So that fastball hits the outside corner against Jennison, and the count's 0-1. You think about that inning against Stratford the first time they played them in the Cassville tournament, and then the 7th inning against CJ.
That's cost him.
As Wilson can't get that one. That's a seeing eye single for Jennison, and back-to-back singles has runners at first and second as Jax Evans will come to the plate.
That was just right off the handle. I thought Wilson was going to get. I thought Jagger was going to get it from shortstop. He just couldn't quite get there.
Sponsors here this afternoon: Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prolu Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And this is almost, I hate to say it, Daryl, reminiscent of Houchin's start last Thursday, as that fastball is a little bit high and the count's 1-0 against McDonald County. He gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, and Matt County was just hitting it where Seneca wasn't. And so far, that's kind of what Mount Vernon has done.
So far.
The 1-0 fastball hits the outside corner, and the count is 1-1.
I mean, you're throwing strikes, and they're absolutely hitting. They're putting the bat on the ball, and it's going where we're not. I mean, it's not a whole lot you can do sometimes.
The 1-1 is in the dirt. Good block there by Ball as the count's 2-1. Dotson ambushed the first pitch of the game. Eventually, courtesy runner came around and scored for them. Comes the 2-1, and that is a little bit low, apparently. Counts 3-1. It looked like the umpire wanted to give him a strike and decided against it.
Yeah, he was thinking about it. Let's put it that way.
So here comes the 3-1, and that is up the middle, and Sherwood has to play it on a hop, and he bobbles it a little bit out there, which allows the runner to come in and score. So it's a single, but I think you have to give an E8 out there, Daryl, for the run to come in and score, because if he doesn't bobble that, I think they keep him at third.
Yeah, he's playing close enough, and he wouldn't have scored from third base if Drew would have fielded it clean, but he kind of jumped off his glove.
as Zarek Pham will come to the plate here for Mount Vernon. 2 runs in the inning so far. Swinging in, missing at it, and the count is 0-1. Bad first inning the last couple of Thursdays for this Seneca team. Still 2 runs in as he takes a called strike, and the count's 0-2. They're able to battle back in that game against Mack County. Eventually won that one 10-5. See if they can battle back here. Obviously still super early in the contest as the 0-2 hits just outside. I was going to say it hit the outside corner. Ball didn't move his glove at all, so
it's a pretty good miss.
1-2 the count here on Pham. Breaking ball stays high, and the count now 2-2.
Well, we fell behind first game of the year with Bonita, 4-0, right off the bat, and then come back and won. So, let's get some outs here.
2-2 fastball. Pham chases it upstairs, and there's 2 outs now for Braden Jamison. Love to leave those runners stranded at first and second. Already 4 hits in the inning for Mount Vernon. Comes the first pitch to Jamison, and that is a high fastball that's in there. Top of the zone for a strike, so the count's 0-1.
Yeah, well, he's a good-sized kid. He's got a bigger strike zone.
0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1, and that breaking ball stays outside. Count 1-1. Umpire, I can't always tell. That one, it looked like he was thinking about it there, too. I don't know if that's his normal thing or not. Here comes the 1-1. That's foul tipped into the mitt, and the count's 1-2. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 2 runs in the inning here for Mount Vernon. See if Houchin can limit it to that. That fastball is outside, and the count now 2-2. Don't really want it to go 3-2 here because the runners get an extra head start. Evans at first, Jennison at second for Mount Vernon. 2-2 breaking ball. He spoils foul. He did what you always want to do with 2 strikes, Darryl, and just get a piece and stay alive.
Yeah, don't let the umpire behind the plate make the call. Swing the bat. Put the bat on the ball if you don't like it. Wind's a howling.
The 2-2 fastball is spoiled foul, so Jamison is doing what he needs to do to keep himself alive. Definitely notice the wind howling here in
you can hear
the press
it through our
box.
headsets.
It's better than being outside, I will say that, as here comes another 2-2 offering, and that fastball hits the outside corner for strike 3, and that will end the inning. For Mount Vernon, 2 runs, 4 hits. There was an error, and they strand 2. A half inning in the books. It's Mount Vernon 2. Seneca coming up on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. And if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out huddlespringschurchofchrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, we want to go to heaven with you.
We welcome you back as Jagger Wilson will lead things off here for Seneca. It's Wilson, Houchin, and Sherwood. The next three are Ginger, Ball, and Prater, and the final three are Klaus, Roark, and Heffron. So they will be going up against Jackson Hood here this afternoon. Here comes the first pitch to Wilson, and that's high and outside for a ball. So counts 1-0. Get you what Mount Vernon looks like in the field here in a moment, as here comes the 1-0 to Wilson. That must have been low, and the count's 2-0.
It was over the plate, but like I said, must have been low.
2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and he swung that ball 3, so the count's now 2-1.
Yeah, I think he was looking to take that in away, high and outside. I think he's looking to hit that outside to the left field.
2-1 breaking ball, spoiled foul, and Hood has worked it 2-2. Left to right, right to left, I should say, in the outfield. Pham in right, Johnston in center, and Robbins in left for Mount Vernon. Jameson at first, Evans at second, Gaddy at short, and Jones at third, with Braden Dotson catching Jackson Hood here this afternoon. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, come on, Jagger.
And that hits the outside corner for strike 3. And I don't think the umpire realized that was strike 3.
I don't think Jagger realized it or realized that was a strike.
As Houchin
or thought it was.
Will come to the plate here for Seneca. Houchin and Sherwood, anybody reaches Ginger would come to the plate. And when Ginger comes to the plate, we'll talk more about, as that first one's outside for a ball, so counts 1-0, but Ginger is a stealing base machine this year, and
he's on a tear, let's put it that way.
As here comes the 1-0. That fastball is swung on and missed, so the count's 1-1, as Houchin was a little bit late on that one. 1 out here in the first. So that 1-1 is swung on and missed, count 1-2, and that's one that the umpire's been calling it out there. Yeah.
And he knows it because
so
he's pitching.
Swung. So that's a little farther outside, and the count 2-2. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you take it 1-1, but, Wilson got caught on one just like that a pitch earlier. Comes the 2-2 breaking ball. That hit on a couple hops to third. Jones throws to first, and a good dig out there at first by Jameson. A 5-3 put out, and there's 2 down here for Drew Sherwood. Now, lately, Daryl, it seems like the bottom of the order is kind of what has the middle of the lineup has gotten on, and the bottom of the order is what's produced for the Seneca team here as of late. The top of the order is scuffling a little bit.
Seems like it goes from game to game. At Hollister, these guys up top did their job. First, at the first of the lineup.
Sherwood takes the ball high, so the count is 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. That is on the outside corner for strikes. The count's 1-1. Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Comes the 1-1 pitch to Sherwood. That breaking ball is golfed into center field, and it goes over the center fielder's head, and it's going to go over the fence for a ground rule double. And that one, I think, again, Johnston, I don't know that he misjudged it. It's just the wind is going out today, and it carried over his head.
Yeah, that was hit on a line shot, just like Dotson's was in the first inning. He just hit it on a line shot and just burnt the center fielder. It was probably a bad thing that it bounced over the fence.
Yeah,
if it hit the top of the fence, yeah, he's at third easy. And maybe thinking about coming home.
Ginger at the plate here for Seneca. Ginger already 23 stolen bases on the year, and the first pitch to him is fouled straight back, and the count's 0-1. I think you said the team record is 33 or 34, and he's well on his way to breaking that.
Well, that's what he was telling me. I don't know if he was telling me the absolute truth or not, but that's what he's telling me. He's got 23 so far, but I wouldn't doubt it. He's stealing bases as soon as he gets on.
So here comes the 0-1 from Hood, and that breaking ball stays high. So the count's 1-1. This Seneca team kind of reminds me of the last time Seneca won districts in 2021 and how they like to steal bases. 1-1 the count here. Here comes the 1-1, and that is popped up in the air. Hood calling for it, and he misjudged it, but somehow is able to come up with it at the end and the inning. For Seneca, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Inning in the book. 2-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Billy Graham talks about driving.
I read about a woman who tried her driver's test for the 38th time and failed. And perhaps you've tried nearly that many times for a license spiritually, to sit in the driver's seat of your own life. I'm asking you to move over and trust the Holy Spirit to drive and control your life. You can be alive right now physically, but your soul is dead. Your spirit is dead, and you keep searching for something and you can't find it. You'll never find what you're looking for in life till you come to the cross of Christ and are born again. Do you know Christ? Are you sure? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed, if you let Him.
Discover how you can let God get behind the wheel of your life at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric.
As second inning here, it will be 8-9-1. Peyton Jones takes the ball, so the count's 1-0. Jones, Hood, and then back to the top of the order, and Dotson. As the 1-0 is outside, counts 2-0, and if you're Houchin here, Daryl, you got to basically keep the 8 and 9 hitters off the board before you turn the lineup over here.
Yeah, we need a 1-2-3 inning, a couple of them, to get back into this game.
So the 2-0 is swung on and missed, and so the count is now 2-1. Jones, Hood, and then top of the order in Dotson. 2-1 is popped up in the air. Ball takes off his takes off his mask and snags it in fair territory, and the wind is what caught it there. And it started off foul, and it ended fair. Ginger was there. Houchin was there as well. And good job there by Ball to take off the mask and get the out as Jackson Hood comes to the plate.
Oh, yeah, it was blowing back into fair territory. I actually thought Grant was going to call him off.
So that first pitch is high, so counts 1-0, and that's why you always run, too. Jones didn't really run until it went back into fair territory because you just never know. So the 1-0 fastball hits that outside corner, and it counts 1-1. So here comes the 1-1. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Counts 1-2. And Daryl, sometimes it takes Houchin a little bit to kind of get in. I don't want to say get into the game, but settle in a little bit as that 1-2 is low. So it counts 2-2. You know, and last week against McDonald County took him an inning. Against Veneta, it kind of took him an inning. Here,
get into the flow of the game. Like,
yes, Hood swings and misses. Third strikeout of the game here for Houchin as Dotson comes to the plate. Dotson ambushed the first pitch of the game for a ground rule double over Klaus's head in left field. I've not seen very many home runs here at this ballpark. I think I've seen 2, maybe 3. And it's as Dotson offers at the high heat and counts 0-1. I believe this ballpark first game was in 2021, maybe 2022. So here comes the 0-1, and that is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-2 here on Dotson.
Yeah, if you're going to hit one, it'd be today. Warm, wind behind you.
As Houchin yanks that fastball, so the count's 1-2. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministry, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2, and that breaking ball does not break, and it almost hit Dotson. Other sponsors, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Daily Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, as Dotson grounds one to Owens at second, who completes the putout to end the inning. 1-2-3 goes Mount Vernon here in the second. 1.5 done. It is 2-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia Four State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia Four State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian Sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
I've seen First Community Bank all over, but then to take my stuff to some people that didn't really know me and took a chance, that spoke volume.
I'll always be grateful to First Community and that whole team over at Harrison that helped get me started.
Anytime I need anything, just a phone call away. We're really proud to be with First Community Bank.
The bottom of the second inning, it'll be Ball, Prater, and Klaus due up here in the second. And Daryl Prater, who's batting second, has probably been one of the more consistent hitters for the Seneca team here lately.
Yeah, he's got good eye-hand coordination. He's just a freshman. He's played a lot of baseball. He's putting the bat on the ball very well.
So Ball takes 2 fastballs to start the inning, and the count quickly 0-2 on him.
And Silas has too. Silas has been hitting the ball hard. I don't know what happened to that last pitch.
So 0-2, he gets a piece of the high fastball, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Now, he's been seeing the ball well. He's been hitting it hard too. I'd soon watch him get a base hit right here.
It's another 0-2, hits the outside corner for strike 3, and there's one down as Asher Prater will come to the plate, and I think that's the one that he's been calling all, you're an inning and a half in, but he's been calling that one consistently. You have to know to swing at that one.
Well, Silas is behind the plate. He knows it. He should be able to know that if it's there, he's going to call it, swing it.
So here comes the first pitch to Prater, and that breaking ball's in there for a strike. So the count is 0-1. As Hood is dialed in early here for Mount Vernon. So here comes the 0-1. That breaking ball is outside, so the count 1-1. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1, and that fastball hits the outside corner. Again, Daryl, it's that corner that, maybe you have to see it one time to realize it, but this umpire is consistent. So that one's high, so counts 2-2. That's all you can ask for is consistency from a home plate umpire, and he's been consistent for both teams, an inning and a half in.
Yeah, you got to know it's inside that white line on the batter's box. You got to swing.
Comes the 2-2, and that
there it is
hits
again.
The outside corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, third strikeout of the game for Hood as Caden Klaus come to the plate, and I think that's what Coach Eustace saying down there to the dugout is saying, hey, he's been consistent all afternoon long. Swing at it.
If it's close, swing the bat.
So the first pitch is knocked to the shortstop. Couldn't quite get it over the head of the shortstop, and Gaddy snags it for the out. Nothing doing for Seneca here in the second. 2 in the books, 2-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Hudson Gaddy ambushes the first pitch of the top of the third for a single as it's 2-3-4 for Mount Vernon. Gaddy reaches. Gavin Johnston now comes to the plate here for the Mountaineers. Singled home Dotson in the first. He has the lone RBI for Mount Vernon. So first pitch to Johnston is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The Northwest Arkansas Naturals return home to Arvis Ballpark on Tuesday night, April 22nd, as they begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers that goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, visit nwanaturals.com, a supporter of high school baseball here on KNEO. That ball gets into the outfield. Now they're going to try and have the runner go to third as Gaddy steals second, and then I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there between Owens and Wilson on who gets the bag, and it's an error on the play, and a runner at third. It's an 0-2 count, though. It was foul tipped into the mitt.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad throw from Silas.
No.
There was just nobody there.
So here comes the 0-2, and that is swung on and missed for strike 3. So one out here as Aiden Jennison comes to the plate here for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon kind of manufacturing some runs here any way they can. They have a win over Cassville, I believe, is their lone win, as that one is in the air and drops in front of Ian Heffron, an RBI single for Jennison, and Mount Vernon has a 3-0 lead.
Well,
Daryl, it's not hard contact. It's just they're making contact.
Yeah.
And
they've had one shot hit hard, and rest of them is just, hey. And our outfielders are kind of moving in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't necessarily blame Heffron on that one, as that one's fouled back. As Evans is 1 for 1 so far as he fouls that one off. So the count's 0-1. But, you know, Heffron, if he dives and misses that, that runner is scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no one there. I don't think he could have got to it anyway. He just got over to the second baseman's head and then dove on the ground, and there's nothing Ian can do.
As here comes the 0-1 from Houchin. That's low and outside, and the count is 1-1. The top of the order is what's producing for this Mount Vernon team. Their 3 and 4 hitters have both RBIs. The extra run scored on an error, as that one is hit to Sherwood. He I don't think he moved a muscle there,
Nah.
Daryl.
All he had to do is raise his glove up.
And there's 2 down as Zarek Pham will come to the plate. He struck out his first time up. But, I mean, again, looking at that manufactured run, yes, you stole second, but an error is what allowed you to get to third.
Yes.
2 unearned runs for this Mount Vernon team.
And he might have scored on the base hit as well.
Right. But you don't have to worry about that when you're at third.
Yeah.
1-0 the count here on Pham. That's outside, and the count's 2-0. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. 2-0 the count here on Pham. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on and missed. The count 2-1. Just a reminder, tomorrow afternoon, Seneca Webb City got bumped up to a 1 p.m. start. That will be an internet-only broadcast, and it'll be on our Seneca feed of KNEO.org, as that one's in the dirt. Good block there by Ball, and the count's 3-1. Pre-game show will be about 12:40 with a 1 p.m. first pitch. Reason why it got moved up 3.5 hours, chance of severe weather tomorrow afternoon. 3-1, fastball is in there for a strike, count 3-2, and so now Jennison gets an early start, and if he can find a gap, that he could potentially score as the count's full here on Pham. They throw behind Jennison, and he's back safely. Not necessarily a bad idea because you don't expect to be thrown back behind on a full count with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's not off the bag far enough. He just knows he don't want to get picked off.
And he actually did not go. I don't think he realized there was 2 outs because he was staying put. Runners at first and second for Jamison, who struck out his first time up. A lot of base runners here for Mount Vernon. They haven't had a big inning, which is credit to Houchin, as that one is through the left side for a single. They are going to keep the runner at third as the bases are now loaded for Peyton Jones. Popped out to Ball, the catcher, his first time up. Right now,
we could use a pop-up right now.
Right now, they are just ambushing those early pitches by Houchin. That one is ambushed as well, but Sherwood has a bead on it out there in center and will snag it for the final out of the inning. For Mount Vernon, they do get 1 run in the inning, 3 base hits. There was an error, and they strand 3. 2.5 in the books. Mount Vernon up 3-0 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Here for Seneca, 8-9-1 coming to the plate here for the Indians. As an 0-2 fastball is swung on and missed. Fouled back Count remains 0-2. He took a curveball for a strike, then swung out a fastball, and then fouled that fastball back. Here comes another 0-2. That breaking ball swung on and fouled, tipped, and Darryl, that may have been a little bit outside, but you're seeing him. He's seen it, and he goes, he's going to call that, so I need to swing.
Yeah, we'll swing the bat. That gives him more confidence if he's fouling it off. There you go.
3 straight foul balls as that fastball is fouled out of play. Count remains 0-2.
I know if you don't like it, foul it off. He'll get one in there where you can hit it. But confidence is fouling off.
0-2 breaking ball is hit slowly to first. Jamison did not have to move very far. And there is one down as Ian Heffron come to the plate. We're at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. You're listening to KNEO 91.7 FM, Neosho Joplin, live online at kneo.org. As Heffron will come to the plate here for the Indians. Swings and misses at the fastball. Counts 0-1. Thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services in downtown Seneca, offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states. Sponsor of KNEO Radio and the Seneca Indians, as Heffron fouls that one off. And they count 0-2.
Lighthouse Tax Service. Get down there and see Roger.
0-2 the count here on Heffron. Breaking ball, it's hit in foul territory. Jamison is able to get over and grab it for out number 2. As he has both putouts as Jagger Wilson come to the plate here for Seneca. And Darryl, this is kind of the difference right now. Seneca just getting back to the top of their order here in the third. And Mount Vernon has been through their order almost twice in 3 innings.
Well, they've been getting the hits, and we have not.
So Wilson swings and misses at the first one, so the count is 0-1.
I mean, he's the pitcher. I mean, he's a good pitcher, but he's not that fast. I mean, he's not nothing, we haven't seen. We're just not hitting him.
The 0-1 breaking ball is hit in the air to center field. Johnston out there in center kind of drifts and snags it for the putout to end the inning. Nothing doing here for Seneca in the third. 3 in the books. 3-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out HuddleSpringsChurchOfChrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, we want to go to heaven with you.
So, you're still debating whether to surrender your life to Jesus Christ. There's a lot of different reasons for not making that decision, but they all come down to this. You trust yourself more than you trust God.
Pride is the number one thing that keeps us from Christ. Our own ego. We think we can do it ourselves, or we think we're good enough.
The Bible says we're not good enough. We need Jesus. He paid the penalty for our sins. There's no way around it.
When you come to Christ, you must be willing to repent of sin and receive Him into your heart.
And when you do that, your life takes on a whole new meaning and purpose.
Then there's joy inside your heart when you come to Christ. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full.
We'd love to tell you more about the joy that comes from surrendering your life to Jesus Christ. Go to findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Play. This counts 1-1. Hood, Dotson, and Gaddy are the 3 due up here for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon 7 hits through 3 innings. So that one swung on and missed, so the count 1-2. But yet they only have 3 runs. But Seneca only has 1 hit in the game. It's kind of the difference right now is that 1-2 is a ball outside, and the count's 2-2. Also, Houchin had 56 pitches through 3 innings, as Hood only has 37. So that's swung on and missed for strike 3. And there's 1 down as Dotson comes to the plate. He grounded to Owens at second his last time up. He's 1 for 2. He doubled his first time. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prolube Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. As here comes the first pitch to Dotson, and that's high and inside. Counts 1-0. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, sponsoring the broadcast. That one hit on a couple hops to Wilson. Throws to first, and it's not dug out, and then that is going to be interference on Ginger, so he's going to be safe because of runner's interference. And so he will be at second on the E6. I mean, Jagger had plenty of time there, Darryl. He just kind of dug it into the dirt.
Threw it wide, too. Hagan was diving, to the, the right field side of first base. He was diving, trying to get that ball or stop the ball, and then him and Dotson turned, just ran right over top of Hagan. I mean, there's nothing Hagan could do.
Coach Eust is going to argue a little bit about that, but I don't think he's going to win it.
No, I mean there was nothing either one of them can do. He was trying to turn, Hagan was trying to get up. I guarantee if you go ask Hagan, he's mad because he missed the ball. And I don't know if it was so wide he just couldn't get it or
what happened.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it was just he had plenty of time to throw him out, and just a wide throw.
Cash Garner will be the courtesy runner for Mount Vernon. So first pitch is hit on a couple hops underneath the glove of Owens. They're gonna they're gonna try and cut off the run, and actually do not send the runner Gardner. That was a hard throw at third or at right field by Heffron. So that ball was hit hard just underneath the glove of Ryder Owens.
Yeah.
So runners at first and third for Johnston, who has singled in a run already for Mount Vernon. Seneca may play the corners in a little bit and play for two up the middle, as Rourke at third is even with the bag at the moment. You just don't really want a big inning here, as that first pitch is low for a ball, so counts 1-0. Johnston 1 for 2, a single and an RBI. He also has struck out. Strikeout would be big here for Houchin. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Pretty sizable lead at first for Johnston. Lead. So that hits the outside corner. It counts 1-1. Excuse me, that's Gaddy over at first, not Johnston. Mm-hmm. Johnston is at the plate. 1-1 the count here on Johnston. Comes the 1-1. That fastball is fouled back to the screen. Counts 1-2. You look at the 3 runs that Mount Vernon has given up. 2 of them are unearned. Seneca is kind of hurting themselves here this afternoon. That runner at third, that would be unearned as well. Here comes a 1-2 from Houchin. That fastball did not hit the outside corner. Just a tad bit outside, and the count's 2-2.
Oh, Silas thought it was.
As staking second, there is Gaddy. So runners are at second and third. Here comes the 2-2. That pitch is spoiled foul. This count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Certainly looked like that was a pitch that the umpire normally would call, but Seneca brings the infield in, try and cut the runners off at home.
Well, he's been calling those.
The 2-2 is hit on a couple hops. Rourke going to throw home, high throw, and he is out at the plate. It is a 5-2 put out, a slow roller that Rourke is able to snag, and that is a much-needed put out for the Indians, as runners will be at first and third for Jennison. It's a high throw, but Ball able to get it down and tag him before he touched home, or slid into home.
Yeah, it was a good play by Rourke at third base.
That's why you bring the infield in, because if that's just a normal play, or if he's playing normal depth, that's one that he scores easily.
Yeah.
So the breaking ball is in there for a strike on Jennison. The count's 0-1. Jennison 2 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. So the 0-1 breaking ball is hit to Roark on a hop, throws to first, and Ginger is able to scoop it over there at first to end the inning. For Mount Vernon, no runs in the inning on one base hit. There was an error, and they strand two. 3.5 in the books, 3-0 Mount Vernon. Here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
The heart of the order here for Seneca, 2, 3, and 4. Houchin, Sherwood, and Ginger, the three due up as Sherwood has the lone hit for the Indians as Houchin takes a ball, counts 1-0. Houchin grounded out to third his first time up. With how many base runners Mount Vernon has had, Seneca is lucky it's only 3-0. That 1-0 is in there for a strike, and the count's 1-1.
Yeah, this is the top of the lineup. We need to get things going right here. See if we can get things moving, hit some base hits, put some pressure on Mount Vernon.
Comes the 1-1, and that hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the one he's been given all night long.
Except for the 2-2 last inning.
Yeah.
The 1-2 is fouled off, and the count remains 1-2.
Well, if he's going to, if he's going to hit that
corner,
go with it.
Yeah,
go with it. Hit it to right field.
Count remains 1-2 on Houchin as he's able to foul off that one. So here comes another 1-2 pitch from Hood. The breaking ball is hit up the middle, and a nice diving effort there by the shortstop, but does not bother throwing it. Gaddy made an excellent attempt at it and knocked it down, but an infield single for Grant Houchin. And this Hood for Mount Vernon has not really been stressed that much. He had 37 pitches through 3 innings.
No, we just haven't been able to hit him at one hit, and then Drew Sherwood had it, but there is a lot of room in right center.
Also left center as well. If you can find a gap as that one hits the inside corner on Sherwood, so the count is 0-1. Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Northwest Arkansas Naturals, all sponsoring the broadcast. 0-1 is high and tight. The count 1-1. As Dotson fakes the throw behind Houchin. You have to watch that. Mount Vernon lost to Neosho on Monday, and talking to our Neosho commentator, John Ball, as the 1-1 is in there for a strike, and the count's 1-2. He said Dotson threw out 4 Seneca base run, or 4 Neosho base runners.
Well, he's got an arm back there at catcher.
1-2 the count here on Sherwood. Houchin was able to get a 2-strike hit. See what Sherwood can do here as he swings and misses at the pitch for strike 3, and there's 1 down. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Hood as Ginger comes to the plate, but I think it's one of those, Darryl, that he knew it was close and the umpire's been calling it.
Yeah, it was close outside, and, hey, swing at it.
Ginger blasts one to center, but Johnston does not have to move a muscle, and there are 2 down quickly for Silas Ball. I don't think Johnston moved at all.
No. Hitting it hard. He hit it hard that time, but right to him.
So there's 2 outs here for Ball. It gets late early here, and it's getting late early for Seneca. Already halfway through the contest here. So here comes the first pitch from Hood. That stays high. So counts 1-0. Houchin trying to distract a little bit at first base. Don't want to distract so much that you get picked off, though.
Yeah.
So here comes the 1-0, and that is in the dirt. Good block by Dotson. The count's 2-0. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 2-0 the count here on ball. Here comes the 2-0. And that one is fouled straight back, and the count is 2-1. Just missed it.
Yeah, he's got a fastball that tails into the right-handed hitters, and that just got up on his fist, or got on the handle of the bat.
So here comes the 2-1 from Hood. That fastball is hit up the middle, but it's going to stay up for Johnston to grab it for the final out. 4 Seneca, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 4 in the books, 3-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
5, 6, and 7 due up for Mount Vernon here in the 5th. Jax Evans, Zarek Pham, and Braden Jamison are the 3 due up as Mount Vernon has a 3-0 lead here. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO 917 Sports. Just a reminder, the Seneca Webb City game tomorrow afternoon, originally scheduled for 4:30, has been moved to a 1 p.m. start. That's an internet-only broadcast that we will have on our Seneca page of the KNEO website at kneo.org. 1 p.m. first pitch, 12:40 pregame show here from Seneca tomorrow afternoon. A little lunchtime, late lunchtime, early afternoon baseball for your Friday afternoon as that fastball hits the outside corner on Evans, who's 1 for 2. This counts 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That fastball's low, so the count's 1-1. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. As that pitch is hit in the air to center, and Sherwood has to drift back, but is able to grab it for the first out of the inning. 1 down here for Pham, who's 0 for 1. He walked in the 3rd. He also has struck out. Here comes the first pitch, and that's high. This counts 1-0. Other sponsors, 4 State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, as that one is swung on and missed. This counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Houchin desperately looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. So that one is in the dirt, and the count's 2-1. Try and have a low pitch count inning here for him. For Seneca, got to see if you can find a way to get some base runners on Hood, as that 2-1 is in there for a strike, and the count's 2-2. This Hood has kept Seneca limited to 2 hits in 4 innings. So that's swung on and missed for strike 3, and there's 2 down. 6th strikeout of the afternoon for Grant Houchin as Jamison comes to the plate, singled his last time. He's 1 for 2. Struck out in the 1st. Comes the first pitch, and that breaking ball is singled through the left side. He ambushes that first pitch, and they have ambushed a lot of first pitches here this afternoon. They are not letting Houchin get comfortable. As Peyton Jones comes to the plate, he is popped out and flown out. Comes the first pitch to him, and that is low for a ball. So counts 1-0. Jones popped out to the catcher, flew out to center. They're almost through the third time of their lineup, and Seneca has not even been through their lineup twice, as that one's low. So the count's 2-0. 2 runs in the first for Mount Vernon, 1 in the third. Only one of the runs was earned. Here comes the 2-0. Popped up in the air. Wilson going to call for it out there. And that will end the inning. For Mount Vernon, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 4.5 done here in Seneca. Mount Vernon up 3-0.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Asher Prater will lead off the 5th here for Seneca. Prater, Klaus, and Roark are the 3 due up. Anybody reaches, Heffron would come to the plate for the Indians. As here comes the first pitch from Hood. That is outside for a ball. Count. It's 1-0. Northwest Arkansas Naturals are return home to Harvest Ballpark on Tuesday night, April 22nd, as they begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers that goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, visit nwanaturals.com. Support of high school baseball here on KNEO. As that second pitch is a ball, so counts 2-0. He takes a fastball high, and the count's 3-0. And one of the few times, this might be the first 3-ball count of the game by Hood.
Yeah, Hood's thrown strikes. I mean, he's thrown it over the plate where it needs to be.
Got to think Prater's taking 2 pitches here as he takes a fastball on the inside corner. The count is 3-1. Make him throw 3 straight strikes. Comes the 3-1. Pitch is spoiled foul back to the screen. He worked it from 3-0 to 3-2. Now if you're Prater, you need to protect. Swing at anything close. 3-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Swung at a high fastball that would have been ball 4. But those are the ones that are too hard to resist. 5th strikeout of the game for Hood as Caden Klaus comes to the plate. The soft liner to shortstop his first time up. That one is popped in the air foul. And it's going to get out of play. So the count's 0-1.
Like we've hit a lot of pop-outs. We're not getting on top of the baseball with Hood.
So here comes the 0-1. That stays high and inside, and the count is 1-1. So here comes the 1-1. That breaking ball is in there for a strike, and the count is 1-2. So here comes the 1-2 pitch from Hood. That breaking ball, he's able to spoil foul. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Dotson going to go out and have a conversation with him for a moment. A thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services, Downtown Seneca offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states. Sponsor of KNO Radio and the Seneca Indians as Dotson completes with what he wanted to say to Hood. And Klaus will step back in the box. So here comes a 1-2 offering. 1-2, fastball hits the outside corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. I believe that's the 6th strikeout of the game for Hood as Roark comes to the plate. So Roark grounded to first, his first time up. Sometimes Seneca can get some 2-out rallies going. See if Roark can start a rally here. 1-0 the count as he takes a pitch high and outside.
We just can't seem to get anything going, anything positive.
As Hood steps off on that big wind gust.
Yeah, it's a big old gust.
So here comes the 1-0. And that is high and outside, but Roark swings through it. Counts 1-1. Bottom of the 5th here in Seneca. Mount Vernon up 3-0. So that 1-1 is ticked foul on the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. New Mac Electric, Brader's Pharmacy, Prelude Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Northwest Arkansas Naturals, all sponsoring the broadcast as umpire giving Dotson a little bit of extra time as that one must have nicked him.
Yeah, it fouled off of him, I think, chest protector.
The 1-2 is popped in the air foul. It's going to be a tough play for Dotson, and Dotson snags it as he almost collided with Jones. A 1-2-3 inning for Mount Vernon. 5 in the books, 3-0 Mountaineers here on the KNO Sports Network.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
And 2 due up for Mount Vernon here in the top of the 6th. Hood, Dotson, and Gaddy. Anybody reaches, Gavin Johnston would come to the plate for the Mountaineers. As Houchin has settled in, but Seneca having a hard time figuring out Hood, as Hood has only given up 2 hits. Houchin has maneuvered around 9 hits. This could be a 1-0 game because only one of the runs is earned. 3-0, you still feel like you're in it, though, as Hood takes a pitch high. Counts 1-0. Hood has struck out both times. As 1-0 the count, as one of the assistant coaches for Mount Vernon was talking to the first base umpire. Counts 1-1. They actually have 2 people out there. They had a first base coach and another assistant out there.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
1-1 the count, though, on Hood. That one is outside, and the count's 2-1. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Here comes the 2-1 from Houchin. That hits the outside corner. Counts 2-2. Seneca will send 9-1-2 to the plate in the bottom of the 6th. Then that might be their best opportunity to try and cut back into this Mount Vernon lead. But Houchin probably needs a 1-2-3 inning here.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Keep 0 on the board.
That full count pitch is fouled off at the plate. Count remains full. Be interesting to see who comes in behind Houchin. Heffron was warming up earlier. So here comes another full count pitch, and that's high for ball 4. That is not what you want, the number 9 hitter with a walk. We'll see if they have a courtesy runner for Hood or if he runs for himself. It looks like he's going to run for himself as Dotson comes to the plate. Dotson got to second on a throwing errors last time. He's 1 for 3. He also has a double. So they throw behind Hood, and he is back safely. And almost overslid the bag there. Ginger not complaining, so I think he somehow kept a fingernail on it because if it came off, I think Ginger would have said something.
He's got a pretty good lead.
As pitch is in the dirt, and Hood takes second on the play. 1-0 the count. I don't know if that was a fake bunt or just a normal bunt.
Oh, I think it was just a straight steal.
Yeah. Now you're going to get a courtesy runner out there for the pitcher, and that will be Josh Vernon. So Vernon will courtesy run for Hood. Kind of surprised they didn't want anybody to run for Hood from first to second, but 1-0 the count here on Dotson, runner in scoring position for the Mountaineers. 1-0 the count. Here comes the 1-0. That's swung on and missed. Counts 1-1. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, sponsoring the broadcast. Be interesting to see if it's hit to the left side, if they can keep that runner at second as that fastball is outside, so the count's 2-1. If it's hit to Wilson or Roark, see if they can look the runner back. Anything to the right side, he's going to get to third as Dotson spoils that one foul, and the count's 2-2. Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, sponsoring the broadcast, as strikeout would be big here for Houchin.
Huge.
2-2 breaking ball is golfed right to Houchin, and they had nobody covering third or second. They potentially could have had an out at second, but that was a long way for Roark to go to try and...
That's Ryan Owens.
Owens. As Roark is the one that snagged it, that'd be a long ways for Owens to go.
Well, it was hit, but Ryan wasn't on the move that time.
So that ball is poked out to right field. Heffron has a read on it and grabs it. There is a play at third. Oh, what a great throw. A little bit high and outside. The runner does take third on the F9, but there are now 2 down for Gavin Johnston, who has reached on a fielder's choice and a single. He's also struck out.
He's got the arm out there. He just had it too high.
Yeah.
He's got to learn to skip it in.
If that was accurate, the runner would have been out.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to skip that ball in there.
2 outs, though, for Seneca as they can leave that runner stranded. So that one swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. The way this game is going, if Seneca could string some hits together, Mount Vernon may be kicking themselves for all the runners that they've stranded, as that one is outside. So the count's 1-1. They have stranded 8 through 5 2/3. Seneca looking to strand that 9th runner. 1-1 in the dirt. Count now 2-1. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News versus Seneca Indians, good luck. Let's go get that win. 2-1 the count here on Johnston. Kind of nibbling around the edges. That 2-1 pitch is roped foul. And the count now 2-2. And Houchin strike away from getting out of the inning. Without that runner scoring. 2-2. And that is high. Couldn't get him to chase it, and the count's full at 3-2. Don't really want runners at first and third with the number 4 hitter up, as that one's popped foul. So the count will remain full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. This game has gone by quickly so far. Here comes another full count offering. 3-2 breaking ball. Swung on and missed, but the ball gets by ball, and he can't corral it. So it's a strikeout, but the passed ball allows that fourth run to come in and score. And Seneca has just killed themselves here today. So a runner on first with 2 outs for Aiden Jennison. Could have got out of the inning if they could have been able to snag that. 1-0 the count here on Jennison. So they throw behind the runner, and he's back safely. They were almost out of that inning.
Very well should have been.
Here comes the 1-0, and that pitch is hit on a couple hops. It'll go foul. Counts 1-1, and the other thing it does is it just adds to the pitch count.
Ups the pitch count.
1-1 the count here on Jennison. Wilson or Heffron will be the next one in line. It's just who be the next one in line behind Houchin, as that one's in the dirt. Good block there by Ball. The count now 2-1. Hasn't been a big inning for Mount Vernon, but they've put some pressure on Seneca. 2-1 is in the dirt. The runner going to try and steal second or get into second. Wilson able to snag it as he backs up on the wild pitch. 3-1 the count. Again, another runner in scoring position for Mount Vernon. As here comes the 3-1. That pitch is popped up in the air. Sherwood going to go back and grab it for the final out of the inning. For Mount Vernon in the inning. 1 run, no hits. There was an error, and they strand 1. 5.5 in the books. It is 4-0 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO Sports Network.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
Wilson and Houchin, and Daryl, if Seneca wants to get the rally going, I think this is what you need to start with. As Heffron takes a called strikes, counts 0-1, as I believe Hood has only had 1 3-ball count the entire game. It's the 0-1 breaking balls in there for a strike, and the count's 0-2.
Quickly, 0-2. Now you're back to swinging at anything close, and he makes you chase it hop and high.
As Heffron able to get that one fouled, so the count remains 0-2. We'd love for Heffron to find his way on for the top of the order. As here comes another 0-2, and that breaking ball is high, so the count's 1-2. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. We visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. That one gets away from Dotson on a third strike, but Heffron able to reach first base on the wild pitch.
See if we can take advantage of it, Ben. We haven't taken advantage of anything tonight.
As Wilson will come to the plate. It's only the third base runner for the Indians. But yeah, see if you can take advantage of a mistake. Now, top of the order as Wilson takes a called strike. Counts 0-1. Wilson has struck out and flown out. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. Hood very comfortable here. He only had 66 pitches through 5, so he's got plenty of pitches to work with. So that's swung on and missed for strike 3. It's his second strikeout of the inning, but it only counts as 1 out. As Houchin comes to the plate, he has one of the hits for Seneca.
And it was barely hit. Shortstop made a great play just to knock it down.
Yeah, shortstop knocked it down, but couldn't get a throw. So that first pitch is high for a ball. So counts 1-0. Thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services in downtown Seneca, offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states. Sponsor of KNEO Radio and the Seneca Indians, as that one hits the outside corner. Counts 1-1 on Houchin. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 is outside. Throw behind Heffron, who's back safely. Has kind of dove into Jamison, and Heffron needs a second because I think Jamison fell on his
I wonder if he
hand.
jammed his hand trying to get into slide into first.
And I wonder, too, if you could potentially call interference there to allow the runner to get to second, too. And I think that's what Coach Eust is wanting to, well, he wants to talk to Heffron for a second, and then he might talk to the umpire as well. Hopefully it's not his pitching hand.
I think it's his right hand. I don't know if he jammed a wrist or something.
2-1 the count on Houchin, as Heffron is going to stay in there for Seneca. That is a big boy, Jamison at first, to fall on your hand. So,
well, Ian's not the biggest guy in the world.
2-1 the count here on Houchin, 1 out in the inning. Heffron got on. It was via a strikeout wild pitch, but still got on as they throw behind Heffron, and he gets back safely. Looks like his hand is not too much worse for wear. Doesn't have a huge lead over there at first.
Not a huge one.
2-1 is swung on and missed, and the count 2-2.
We can't find the baseball tonight, Ben. I don't know what the deal is.
Everybody has a bad game. Apparently today is Seneca's, as the 2-2 is high and outside. Count's full at 3-2, and I think this is only the second time all game, Daryl, that Hood has had a 3-ball count.
Yeah, he's an aggressive pitcher today. He's just going at it.
There's a bigger lead by Heffron at first. That is outside for ball 4. And so Seneca finally has something a little bit brewing here, as Drew Sherwood will come to the plate, and Dotson going to go out and talk to...
And the coach.
And now the coach will come out and talk, as well as the entire infield will come in. While we have a second, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals return home to Arvis Ballpark on Tuesday night, April 22nd, as they begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers that goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, visit nwanaturals.com, a supporter of high school baseball on KNEO. So the meeting of the minds is over. This is really the first stressful situation that Hood has been in all evening long. Sherwood comes to the plate. He doubled over the center fielder's head his first time up.
Well, there's plenty of room to hit base hits out there because those outfielders are back.
So Sherwood 1 for 2. He struck out his last time.
Yeah, they're playing deep, so there's plenty of room to get a baseball in.
Sherwood takes a called strike. Looked like maybe a changeup there. It counts 0-1. Won the count. Here comes the 0-1 to Sherwood. That fastball just inside, and the count's 1-1. Looked like the umpire wanted to call that one for a second.
Well, I know Mount Vernon catcher one. Dodson wanted it. But, I mean, he's on the other side now.
So here comes the 1-1, and that fastball up the middle. Hood tried to barehand it. He's not going to barehand it. They're going to send Heffron home. It is an RBI single for Drew Sherwood, and Seneca finally has a run in, and they're still in business with runners at first and second for Hagen Ginger. And Darrell, it all started with a dropped third strike for Mount Vernon.
Little mistake here. Like I said, if we can take advantage of it, we've got one run in. We've got some more to go, though, Ben.
Yeah, still down by 3, but these are the guys you want up as Ginger comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Ginger takes a pitch on the outside corner, so the count is 0-1.
Holy cow.
0-1 the count here on Ginger. 1 out. A big lead at first by Sherwood because they're not holding him on. 0-1 is swung on and missed as that was an off-speed pitch, and the count's 0-2. Ginger needs to protect now.
Yeah. Anything close.
Here comes the 0-2, and that is hit to the shortstop. Throws to second. It's a high throw, and it'll go into right field. 1 run will come in and score. It is an E6 on the play, and I think that was Houchin, Darrell, that kind of got in the shortstop's way to kind of confuse him a little bit. And it's 4-2, and runners still are now at first and third as Ginger went all the way to third on that throw.
Not Ginger. Sherwood.
Thank you. It's now 4-2 as Silas Ball comes to the plate.
And watch this Ginger here. He's got a lead out there.
He's off to steal second. They don't bother throwing, and now the tying run is in scoring position as Ball takes a ball outside. All of a sudden, Seneca in business here. Chance to tie the game with a base hit by Ball.
Can we get a timely hit, Ben?
Ball 0 for 2. That ball is hit to third. Tough play by the third baseman. He's throwing home, and he is out. What an excellent play by the third baseman. Sherwood kind of hesitated. He couldn't get the ball out of his glove, Darrell, and he hesitated and threw home because that was his only play. If Sherwood goes right away, Sherwood's safe.
Yeah, Sherwood, and it was a strike. I mean, a perfect throw to the home plate. I mean, it wasn't high. He had to bring it down. It was on target. That's the only way he could have got Sherwood.
Prater 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. It's the first pitch to Prater, hits the outside corner, so the count's 0-1. Ball at first. We'll see if he tries to take second. With 2 outs, I don't think so because Dotson has a cannon.
I don't think you want to take the bat out of Asher's hands right now.
That fastball is high, and so the count is now 1-1. Seneca scored 2 runs in the inning. Looking for more. If Prater could find a gap, Ball does have the speed to score. There is a huge gap in right center field. So the breaking ball misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. Yeah. Prater has gotten some timely hits for Seneca all year. Can he get another?
I need another one.
2-1 fastball is swung on and missed, and the count's full. 2-2. A walk and a drop third strike are the 2 runs that have scored. Couldn't get that third run in as Jones is able to get it to Dotson. They're going to try and get him in a rundown. And now he's going to take second.
Hagen.
And Hagen will stay at...
Your little rump back over to third. Okay.
At second. So now the tying run is at second base.
We get a timely hit here, Ben.
And I don't think Ball would be stopping. 2-2 the count here on Prater. 2-2 breaking ball is in there for a called strike 3. And that will end the inning. Seneca did get 2 runs in the inning on 1 base hit. There was an error, and they strand 2. 6 in the books, 4-2 Mount Vernon here on the KNEO Sports Network.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
And we welcome you back as the merry-go-round begins for Seneca as Ian Heffron comes into pitch. So you have Houchin moving out to right field. That may be the only change, Daryl, here today, as Houchin moves from the mound to right.
Yeah.
So I think that's a straight switch out there.
Yes. They just changed places on the mound. Or changed places on the diamond.
Heffron, not a bad outing, but he is in line for the loss. 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 1 base on ball, 7 strikeouts. As Ian Heffron will come in for the Indians, and he will face 5, 6, and 7 in Evans, Pham, and Jamison. Seneca in their half of the inning will send 7, 8, 9 to the plate. So you have to, if you're Heffron, you have to keep this a 2-run game going into the bottom half. Evans fouls that one off. So counts 0-1. Evans 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He's flown out to center his last 2 times. So here comes the 0-1 from Heffron. That pitch is hit foul. The count quickly 0-2. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, KNEO917 Sports. So here comes the 0-2 from Heffron. That fastball is popped in the air foul. Ginger and Ball trying to get to it, and it just sneaks over the screen there, and the count remains 0-2. Seneca baseball is at home tomorrow afternoon, but it is a 1 p.m. first pitch versus Webb City. You can watch that game on our website at kneo.org. 12:40 pregame show. That is the only. What are they wanting? Somebody in maybe the.
Somebody on the dugout.
I was going to say, I can't see. 0-2 the count. Here comes another 0-2 from Heffron, and that breaking ball is in there for a called strike 3, and that is out number 1. As Zarek Pham will come to the plate here for Mount Vernon. He's 0 for 2. He's also walked. Thus we have a pinch hitter.
Number 1.
Pinch hitter will be Brody Wilmoth. So Wilmoth will pinch hit for Pham. If you're Seneca, you would love for Heffron to throw under 30 and be eligible tomorrow to back up Wilson if needed. Here comes the first pitch to Wilmoth. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. And Darryl, Heffron has come in throwing strikes.
That's what you have to do. Come in, throw strikes, and live with the results.
So the 0-1 is outside, and the count's 1-1. Game against Webb City, originally a 4:30 first pitch tomorrow, got moved up to 1 o'clock due to weather potentially coming tomorrow evening. So that 1-1 is high, and the count's 2-1.
Yeah, and I don't think that wind is supposed to lay down all night, Ben. I think it's supposed to blow until it blows the storms in.
2-1 the count here on Wilmoth. Here comes the 2-1. That's in the dirt, and the count's 3-1. I may have jinxed Heffron.
Yeah. Radio announcer Jinx
said he's throwing strikes, and then all of a sudden I don't know that he's thrown a strike since I said that. Here comes the 3-1. That hits the outside corner, and the count's 3-2. Seneca got 2 runs in the 6th, but they left the tying run at second base. Here comes the 3-2. Popped up in the air. Sherwood and Klaus out there in left center, and Sherwood snags it for out number 2. As Braden Jamison comes to the plate, he's 2 for 3. Daryl, you think about this game, if Seneca was able to avoid those errors, it'd be 2-1 Indians right now.
About what they did, first time they met, it was 2-1, I think. Or 2-0.
Yeah, as that first pitch is high for a ball, counts 1-0.
Now, he's hit it sharp, I think, last 2 times. Down in between third and short. Left. He's hit it to the left side, right, Ben?
Here comes the 1-0. That pitch is popped foul, out of play. Well, Ginger actually snags it in foul territory. So it stayed in play. It's a foul out and a 1-2-3 inning. Seneca needs 2 runs to tie and 3 runs to win here in the 7th. 60-second break on the KNEO Sports Network.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
To get this to a 8th inning, 3 runs to walk it off. They'll send 7, 8, 9 to the plate. Klaus, Roark, and Heffron. Klaus 0 for 2, Roark 0 for 2, Heffron 0 for 2, but Heffron reached and started that rally in the 6th. The big thing for Seneca is just get any kind of base runner to get the tying run to the plate, Daryl.
We need base runners.
Comes the first pitch to Klaus, and he takes it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1.
Hood has hit that outside corner all night.
So the 0-1 is swung on and missed, and the count 0-2.
And he's even stretched it a little bit, and the umpires gave it to him.
So here comes an 0-2 to Klaus, and he's able to spoil that one foul. Keep himself alive.
I don't think he wants to waste any time, Ben. It looks like he's going right to the strike zone.
So here comes another 0-2 pitch from Hood, and that breaking ball is swung on and missed for strike 3. May have been a little bit high, but Klaus trying to protect with 2 strikes.
He's walking off. I thought maybe he thought he was done.
Well, it may depend on pitch count. As if they want to try and keep him for maybe next Monday or Tuesday. And Hood is going to stay on the mound. So
I don't know exactly what his pitch count is. Hood is.
Looks like he's at 99.
Okay.
So
got 6.
So if you're Roark, can you try and get to a different pitcher or Heffron? So here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Threw a lot in that 6th inning. That really got his pitch count up. Here comes the 0-1. That breaking ball is hit to right center field, and it is going to drop. Roark going to stay at first base. He takes a wide turn, nobody really home, but it is a single for Roark. As Heffron will come to the plate. And now I think Hood may be done here, Daryl. We'll wait a second just to make sure. He still potentially has 4 or 5, but they are going to be done with Hood after 6 1/3 innings. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with the pitching change after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
In the third innings, he gave up 4 base hits on the afternoon. So far, he's given up 2 runs. He's responsible for the runner at first base, 1 base on ball, 10 strikeouts. Heffron, the number 9 hitter, and then you get back to the top of the order. So the big thing here, Daryl, is don't hit into a double play to get back to Jagger Wilson at the top.
We got to get to the top of the order, and Jaggers do. And if we get to the top of the order, we've got a chance. Okay, Ben, it's tough.
Heffron actually started the rally in the 6th, Daryl. He struck out, but the wild pitch allowed him to get to first and eventually came around and scored.
See what Ian can do here.
Don't need a huge lead from Roark as Heffron takes a called strike and the count's 0-1. You don't want to get picked off at first base if you're Roark because your run matters, but you're not the tying run. 0-1 pitch is spoiled foul, and the count's 0-2. Now if you're Heffron, you need to battle here.
Get a bat on the ball. Do something. Put it in play. Good things happen when you put the ball in play, Ben.
The 0-2 is hit on a couple of hops to third. They're going to just go to first, and it is dug out at first by Jamison. It is a 5-3 putout as the fielder's choice allows Roark to go to second as Wilson comes to the plate. Wilson 0 for 3. Guessing they figured, and it's probably true, Roark run doesn't really matter. So go for the sure thing.
Get the sure one.
Especially because they may not have gotten Roark anyways at second. Comes the first pitch to Wilson, and he takes a breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Come on, Jagger.
0-1 the count here on Wilson. 0-1 is hit to second, throws to first, and Mount Vernon is going to pick up the victory here this afternoon for Seneca in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Seneca falls to 10-3 overall, 2-1 in the Big 8 play. Mount Vernon improves to 4-10 overall, 2-2 in a Big 8 play with the 4-2 victory. The post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District after this break on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue or call us at 417-776-LIFE or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights.
Welcome you back as the post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Seneca falls here to Mount Vernon by a final score of 4-2, and Daryl Jackson Hood did a good job of keeping Seneca off balance all afternoon long.
He did. He was hitting that outside corner, and, there was a couple times that, maybe it had been just a little bit outside off that edge, and then the umpire was still giving it to him. But as a hitter for Seneca, you have to adjust, and we didn't do a very good job adjusting tonight, and we just couldn't get any base hits.
Jackson Hood picks up the win, 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 base on ball, 10 strikeouts. Aiden Tennyson with the save. He went 2/3 of an inning, did not give up a hit. For Seneca, Grant Houchin took the loss, 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned, 1 base on ball, 7 strikeouts. Ian Heffron came in, pitched the 7th. He pitched a clean inning with 1 strikeout. And Daryl, you look at this Seneca team, 4 errors in the game. Those errors allowed 3 runs to come in and score. It could be a 2-1 Seneca win instead, but that's baseball.
Every time you make an error or mistake, you let the runners advance, and then it's easier for them to score if they get a hit later on. You have to play solid baseball throughout the game to have a chance to win. And like I said, we had a few errors, and we couldn't get any timely hits. We couldn't get any hits today, and it was tough.
Take another 3-minute timeout. Come back and wrap up the broadcast after this break on the KNDO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
What makes you feel loved? Maybe it's gifts, or words of affirmation, or acts of service. But what about the greatest act of love?
Jesus Christ loved us so much that he went to the cross and died for us. He took all the hell and all the judgment on him at the cross.
Billy Graham.
And the scripture says, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, that includes you, whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's right. Jesus thinks you were worth dying for, and he gave his life so you could join him in heaven someday. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Can you prove that you have a seat in heaven?
Wow, that's a pretty heavy question. What would you say?
Some people say, well, you can imitate Jesus. You can do the things Jesus did as best you can, and that's enough, isn't it?
Billy Graham.
You can do all the good works. You can go with all the people that are doing good social work around the world. But the scripture says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. The only way you can get a seat is to come to the cross and confess that you're a sinner and receive Christ as Lord and Savior, and come to the empty tomb and believe that he rose again from the dead.
If you're not sure you've got a seat in heaven, let's talk now. Call us 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/.
And we welcome you back for the final time as Mount Vernon a 4-2 win here this afternoon. And Daryl, Seneca 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. They strand 5. Mount Vernon 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They strand 9. This game could have been a lot worse for Seneca, but also if you clean it up, you could have potentially won 2-1. I mean, this Mount Vernon team kind of ambushed Houchin early, and they just hit it where Seneca wasn't.
Yeah, they got good base hits, and we made a few little timely errors and mental mistakes to allow them to runners to advance when they shouldn't have been able to. But anyway, I mean, it comes down to, I mean, you can say all that, but man, if you can't get any hits in a game, I don't know how many hits we had, 4 the whole game. You're not going to win many baseball games.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say, too, is regardless of the errors, 4 hits is a hard time to win a baseball game. And this Mount Vernon team may be struggling, but they're 2-2 in Big 8 play. I mean, this Seneca team 2-1, they still have a chance. You're 5 games left, maybe 6 games left in conference play. Everything's still in front of you because you have head-to-head win over Nevada. And then you still face, Monette probably gunning for a conference championship, or Roar gunning for it, Cassville. It's wide open, and everything's still in front of you, even with this loss to Mount Vernon, because they already have an extra loss in front of you. So you're still ahead of everybody else with a lot still to play in front of you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's one of those games. You hate to play them, but, played in them. I've coached them. And, there's stuff out there you work on, and then they go out there and act like they've never seen it before, or they've never seen a pitch before, and we just couldn't get a base hit. And, I mean, it's frustrating, but it happens. And that's what happened tonight.
Just a reminder, Seneca is at home tomorrow afternoon against Webb City. We'll have that broadcast, but that is a internet-only broadcast. If you're a Webb City or Seneca fan, make sure to check the Seneca feed of our website, kneo.org. You'll be able to catch the game there. 1 p.m. first pitch, 12:40 pregame show. Daryl and I will have the broadcast tomorrow afternoon of that one, as Seneca falls here this evening by a final score of 4-2. For studio producer Roberta Foster, for Daryl Harbaugh, I'm Ben Wolcott saying so long. Here from Seneca, the post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District. We now join In Touch with Charles Stanley here on KNEO.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.